Yeah, it's game one. Fearless draft. As we're thinking about Rek'Sai. Okay.
And it does look like Peter is going to respect that. His Rakan is still incredible. Kai'Sa Rakan is also a classic. Because we know the laning phase, very lackluster. I kind of wonder how it will play out, though, because the level 1 of Alistar obviously isn't amazing either, and I'm very certain both junglers are going to be looking to try and get their bot lane ahead. If the Kai'Sa Rakan really does fall behind, I think they can struggle. But if you get out of laning phase unscathed, that combo is disgustingly strong, and I think it also really provides even more access for Dokdam into the backline with the Plasma stacks. That top lane matchup, though, I can't wait to see, because we have seen the top lane Rek'Sai come back a little bit, Zay's included, but I was going to look into the Sion. I think that, especially if you can get an early lead, could be really oppressive to play into.
Alongside of Kai'Sa in game number 1 for Dokdam. We'll see how that pans out as we're ready. Let's hop into the Rift for game number 1. It's your 80 carry, so it gets you a lot of value. The Sion doesn't need a lot of farm.
As Delight is waiting here. They're going to be able to find Cuz here, but I don't know. There's not really anyone else in position. They do know the blue buff is being taken, so they know Cuz is on the bottom half of the map, which should be enough to buy some safety here, as he's going to, I think, just spot him for now. Peanut might make his way over. I don't think Cuz is going to check this brush.
Cuz might get into a lot of trouble if he was going to step up there. He's going back towards his blue. They have a ward in the dry brush. And he's already here, Peanut, as in the jungle he goes. Delight setting this one up. Cuz with a very large flash to get away, but he still will lose his blue buff.
For Humble Life. And it's again, the preparation is, oh no.
Peanut hiding on bush, and Viper already on top of him with the Valkyrie. First blood given over to Viper. As Zombie Sion's getting in there. Viper probably going to have to go for a barrier here, but no. Not scared, not as scared as I am, and he holds on to it. As now we got a gank up on the top side, but that is Rek'Sai, pretty difficult to lock down. As Hololive Esports, they have not taken a first dragon, but still going to be an early objective, as now Delight trying to bully Cuz here just a little bit. Viper is coming down, gets knocked up, but that's the grand entrance down. A dodge on the wind becomes lightning, and now Viper is totally safe and has the whole team behind him. Everything utilized to try to take down the Corki, who's totally safe, and that's going to be 2 kills going over to Hololive Esports.
And that is a big cost, because that's going to be the Grubs as well. Humble Life running this early game. But it's because of the plan that Humble had, right? Like, particularly in a Bruiser versus Bruiser matchup is...
All right, Viper really testing himself here. He does still have the flash, as he's trying to get out. There's the flash, and he will be able to with the help of Delight after a bit of a whoopsie.
Just getting the sums is still a big deal, as, oh, he is sticking around with his refillable.
Yeah, they want to go for the play, as Dokdam is kind of in no man's land here, getting engaged on. And he can only run towards trying to get the kill, though. One last auto. He will at least be able to do that, but it's still a kill being given over to Viper as well. He had to flash to get out of that one. Dokdam kind of in a wonky spot here early on in the series, as Cuz trying to wait around. Nice dodge to the right from Zeus, but actually gets interrupted, goes into the ult, and now tries to flash away. And is not able to tunnel just yet, and is being bullied. Finally is going to get over the wall. And it's making this quite difficult, as he is very fast. Here comes the wall, and eventually Zeus will go down. They get the kill over to BDD, but Zeka gets some free time with the mid turret.
There will be a dragon given over for this, so double dragon does come through here for Humble Life, which is nice, but still KT fighting back and keeping the goldie within touching distance.
Yeah. That is Rakan, so he's totally fine. We got a Cloud Soul on the way.
Ooh.
And certainly going to be pretty nice. All that movement speed as Cuz is going on in, and Peanut is going to be cut down.
To get that much of a lane advantage is...
Okay.
So Dokdam and BDD need to be very deliberate about where they are. If they get focused down, they could be in big trouble, and Humble Life is looking for the angle.
Yeah, Talia combo is down, and there's Delight, gets right in onto BDD. The follow-up from Peanut is beautiful. And now Cuz in a lot of trouble. Nowhere for him to go. Even Zeus joins in here with his own TP. And unfortunately for Perfect, he also TP'd and did nothing, as he was a little bit too late to the fight. Not his fault, but HLE take a massive fight here around the Rift Herald. Well, you can't really do anything about this. Perfect is nearby. Certainly peeking his way in, but KT not committing to the fight just yet, as we have the Battle Rift Herald drop down. just in case. Zeus is going to pick this one up. They boop Cuz away, and here comes the knockup onto the enemy jungler. It does miss, but still going to be the Drake going their way. As Ingo's ducked on a Peanut, but now he's in the pit and in a very vulnerable spot, as immediately they just turn onto him. Duckdom is down, and that is all your damage gone. As Perfect is alone, has to flash away. Zeus tanky enough. And BDD was never able to do anything in that fight, and this one is very quickly slipping away.
Couple of things came together there. Viper was already out of the pit when the engage came in. Really big deal there is because they spotted Peter early. They had full awareness, like Hanwha really doing their homework. So
and now we're looking at 3,500 gold the lead here. Three Drakes as there is the engage directly on the Zeka. Nowhere for him to go. Up against three as they had the damage with Duckdom and BDD there. And KT looking at the Zodicon now.
And KT's done it a bunch of times with Peter on Nico, now with him on Rakan. He sets up the play to take down Zeka. And this might just be the other. Yeah, look, they're not contesting. Despite investing the teleport, I think just want to hold on to the turret. And KT strike again in a moment of weakness, as is often the case. But the Aurora, the Corki, I think these remain really big threats as the game continues. As attempted engage.
Oh, they're gonna find Duckdom in a huge way. He just goes down. He was like 10 seconds away from Flash. And that's just free. Down goes the Kaisa. The Xinjiao follows Cuz, trying to go in and save him late. Doesn't do anything, just dies. And that is a free Cloud Soul. There was that one dragon fight. As we're going to get an engage here onto Cuz, force him to flash just like that. The damage from this Aurora, who's on 3 items, is just way too much for them to handle.
They're just going to give it.
Yeah.
There's just no way in.
Cuz it's too low. We don't have the quickness or, well, Peter just got his flashback, but yeah, it's just, you're not going to win that fight ever, so why even take it? Just give it away. And he got into the Cloud Rift circle, he's even faster.
That's Cloud Rift value.
That's Cloud Rift baby. Cuz isolated, has to go into his Crescent Guard already. They're trying to turn onto an Alistar who's got his ult. They isolate Viper, who does not have his flash and doesn't seem to have Valkyrie, but he's still doing so much damage they don't have the follow-up. And Duckdom is just in no man's land, can't do anything by himself. Viper gonna Valkyrie in, calculated, as they do get the kill on a BDD here. And at least Duckdom was able to get out alive, but it should be Elder, you would imagine, for HLE.
Might just look for the
maybe
end.
they just end.
Yeah, if they can keep the cancel on Perfect, if he doesn't back, I think they can just base, or just end, go to the base as they do. And that might just be it for game one.
Game one just like this. Mostly domination the whole way, by the way, of Hanwha Esports, except a couple of big picks from Peter, who kind of looked like he was the only guy doing anything, to be honest, here for the side of KT. As, yeah, you gotta send it, you gotta try, but maybe trying to make some room here for Duckdom.
It's almost, oh god.
Yeah, that Aurora has 8 kills, and the Nexus does not have any health. 0. 1-0 going the way of HLE here.
They're able to get there because of that jungle support duo. And for KT, unfortunately, this game one, not end up working out. And unless they want to take any big risks, I think it's just going to be the Rel lock-in here. So Hanwha Life still getting a draft. I think they're going to be very happy with. This comp for KT, though, I think really plays into their strengths because there's a lot of early agency. His ganks aren't as strong as some of the other champions we've seen him play, which I think is unfortunate, but their skirmishes are really good, and it's a triple carry composition, right? So you're not ending up playing Jhin into like tanks or without a lot of damage. A lot of burst available, and when KT looked the best was when those snap calls and snap engages came through, and this comp has that in spades.
Yeah, absolutely good, and you got Delight back onto an engaged champ. Looks so good in game one. Can he do it again on the Rel? Let's find out.
I don't know. I think we'll know pretty quickly, though. Because to me, Hanwha Life is one of those teams where when they are firing on all cylinders, they look amazing. A little invade here.
Yep, standing on a ward. Delight actually in a decent amount of trouble here. Delight just get healed himself. Gonna crash down away.
I don't know why I called it an invade when it's just the mid brush. Unless you force an all in, the lack of that heal, not gonna matter. And oh boy, they just forced Peter's heal, which was a good choice.
Also, Cuz was just spotted going to the top side of the map. Did go for a back.
What a read. Do they have the timing, though? On the crash here, Peanut standing guard, but they need everyone to dive Duckdom.
I think they absolutely do. They're going to just try to engage on a Peanut, and taxi Duckdom out of here, and the red buff is not quite enough, actually. And here comes Cuz as trying to punish Peanut for being in here a little bit too deep, and down he will go. First blood to the Jhin, and Delight has to crash down over the wall just to get away in the dive.
And he just struggles really dealing with the Orianna well, when the Orianna has a good early laning phase. This setup is good, though.
Yeah, they got a gank going. Do they have enough damage on Azeka to force a flash away as the flash auto is enough? BDD is going to get in and just make quick work with some help from Peter.
Damage is there. Zeka ends up going down, and the gold lead continues here for KT's. Oh, Delight.
Well, we got Peanut coming on down. They are going to get Duckdom first. Peanut in a little bit of trouble here. The Subjugate on the Trundle is enough to tank this one up, and now we got a frontline for Viper, who's just kiting it out. Dodges that one with the spell shield, does not get stunned. And Peter, not much he can do as Leona into Sivir.
Now, the objective control still looking good here for KT, as they do get the triple grubs.
Trying to help out in mid is Delight. BDD looking to turn this one. He's got Cuz nearby. The shockwave is going to hit the Annie, and Peanut being here means that BDD might just be in a lot of trouble. Down he goes. Zeka going to pick up that kill. A nice influx of gold to catch up in the mid lane.
In hindsight, if BDD paths up instead of down, because Jhin does have his ultimate.
Here we go again. Might be in a bit of trouble. BDD once again low on his cooldown as Peanut kind of getting blocked by the minions. Has to flash away as the shockwave was not available.
It is
very smartly played here on the top lane. He knows he's about to get his flashback. He knows this is the most dangerous time. Right after that, he face checks the brush against the Trundle, as now he's got his flash though. As the timing comes in, he's able to get away and trades flashes with Peter while Peanut is taking the Infernal Drake.
He still can't really approach the wave.
Yeah, BDD not respecting it,
yeah.
And there is his flash.
As now, we have these traps have been very successful here for Humble Life, but have they gotten a little bit too predictable? Peanut's in the area, and the light is waiting there.
The light is here, and immediately they see this as the counter gank coming on in. He's going to catch two. The shockwave is big on the two as well. BDD with no flash and no hope of getting out. Peanut is taking a huge chunk of damage, though. He is going to survive with the Sundered Sky, of all things, plus the shield. As now Peter just left for the fishes, as down he goes. Zeus will pick up the kill, and HLE start off strong again in game two. Spare you here in your last cast at Lol Park.
No, give me the real experience, Zeka.
Yeah, he doesn't have a very fun time, and the Pantheon's on the top side of the map, so he is just dead.
He get a really good punish here, I think, yeah, especially with the power of a very strong Trundle. Bringing the gold lead back, gonna get a dragon for the troubles as well. Things looking good, and again, great timing, KT. Thank you very much. That's wonderful.
Yeah. We should give the credit to KT, though, because actually it was your curse that helped them out.
They're just not going to match Hanwha. I do think that they're on a timer in this one, and we'll see if they can hit the timings. Otacon, I think, is going to be very important for their setup.
So we saw the pillar used on the Raptors. I don't really know why. I did miss that part as to why the pillar was used, but it was nicely pointed out by Jonas Strong that he just didn't have pillar for the Rift Herald then. So not really sure what happened around the Raptors.
Like, here I get it.
Sure.
That one makes sense. Now you got blue buff. There we go.
Try to look for their fight setup as KT are pushing onto this mid-outer. As here's Pantheon. Gonna deny that take of the outer tier 1 turret.
That's a pretty underwhelming entrance. That's also Pantheon just gone.
They can still fight without Pantheon ults.
No, it's fine, but like it is a big cooldown that you use. There's a, oh god!
Okay, that's the combo with the pillar. That's also a good pillar usage, and Zeus is like, well, yeah, I think I'm just gonna run away.
They didn't want to fight anyway.
Just gonna start it up. They have a decent amount of damage. Not a huge amount, but enough to threaten here as Peter coming on in. The pillar is utilized, redemption available. TP in from Zeus as this is getting incredibly low. Cuz should have access. The engage goes in on a BDD. It is secured by Peanut as now everybody's in the meat grinder in the middle. The Gwen Needle's getting so much value down as Cuz, as tanky as he is with the Subjugate, still going to be taken out. Perfect, barely getting away. And BDD sticking around to find out what Pantheon can do when the fight gets real rough. It's a Quadra as Peanut wants the Penta.
Where is his ult?
Oh,
Peanut,
no!
no!
He had his ult! Oh! It's only a Quadra.
I mean, Dr. has flash. Like, he would have probably gotten out. But imagine how
his-
cool it would have been!
It's his last day in Love
I
Park.
know! Only for Peanut. I think when the trap comes down, he's like, yeah, guys, it's not. Humble Life can also just choke out the vision and wait for some of the face check.
Oh, that's exactly what they want to do. They get the flash out of Duck Dom. Supports are just, they're clicking their buttons.
I know Peanut. Oh, hold up.
Oh boy, TP coming in.
That's Zeka.
KT are scrambling. It looks like Peter is going to be sacrificed, and maybe even BDD on top of it, as there it is. He tries to dodge and tries to run away, but he's not fast enough. The damage from Zeka is there. They get 2 kills just like that, and that should be Baron.
Because they're starting it up here, but there is a... Oh! Okay, that would have been crazy.
That would have been crazy. No, not even going to smite it.
Peanut has ult. They're not even going to get Dragon. Oh, no.
Yep. HLE get everything, and KT, they don't get to pass go. They go straight to jail. You know, whatever you want to say, they just get nothing.
Feels like they have just been very in control thus far. That's a lot of CC onto the light, but he... Oh, okay, yeah, no.
No, he's fine.
I think this game is cooked. If you can't... I guess Zeka doesn't have as much damage as the other two, but he's still in a long fight. And there's a fat Pantheon as well.
Delight just going in. He says, Duck Dom, you do not have your flash. And the follow-up is gigantic from Zeka on top of it, as the damage is insane at this point in time. They're just rolling over KT Rolster, who did not have a chance. Everybody will bite the dust, and Humble Life Esports will crush them here in game number 2 and bring us to 2-0 in the series. HLE 1 game away from making the grand finals.
It's just Humble Life is on another level, right? Like, the cohesion is different, the objective setup is incredible, and we're not seeing the KT that we saw in the series against Gen G, where they're able to find these really creative angles. I think the drafts haven't quite had the same spark that they did in that series.
He's smiling. It's Camille! And... okay. It's into
What the hell?
So I feel like it should be totally fine in this lane. Especially with the
so
Inara.
Cool. Oh, Delight. Well, to really ensure that they have another way of diving the Smolder, they added a guaranteed jail. Now, is it... That said, is this really a Camille angle? I don't think so. Because I think that you have Cassante, who is able to drag her out. You have Nocturne, that's going to make it really hard for the rest of your team. I don't know.
Currently is looking that way as we are ready. Let's hop into the Rift for game number 3. Well,
yeah.
Just going in, taking trades with Hail of Blades, and if you are a melee champion, you do not survive.
That promised game 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, rude. As a
So,
he might be in
what's
trouble.
the answer?
No.
Here's Delight, and he's going to flash on in, but BDD can easily answer the double flash with his own flash.
And that's a bit of a mistake from Zeka. A split second later on his stun, and that play ends up working.
Does Zeus go down? Here's the question. The flash auto from the Nautilus should just get it done, but Peter might be going down as he had to use the flash to get it done.
Not even lower bracket final. It's just lower bracket.
Yeah. And this is just going to be secured by Peanut. Actually trying to make a play on a Peanut who is very far behind enemy lines.
Very dead.
And no execution will be coming through. They can easily give this kill over to the carry, who is BDD.
We do see that Delight has not been able to really get the most out of the Camille support. Again, is one of those picks where I think you really want to try and play for lane a lot, because this is ultimate available, but doesn't look like Zeka is within range. We'll have to see. I don't know if KT can contest this. Smolder has to catch the wave. They do have Cassante on the way. Zeus has TP, so this could end up being a 5v5.
I mean, Peter is just running on in there as in will go Cuz as well. That is secured by Delight, of all people.
These are promising signs.
All right, just gonna flash and press our buttons on the Duck Dom. The hook shot is going to force the flash away. As the turret shot taken here, we got a Rise looking to join the party. BDD does have his flash. In he goes on to Delight, who is not having a lot of fun. BDD taking a long time to take the kill, but eventually will. And it is another good play for BDD.
Zek almost has his ult. KT, I do think they're going to look for the contest here, but they don't have a lot of river control.
Yeah, it's going to feel a bit forced from them. The Slurkle's going to hit Peter, and so will the gold card. As Paranoia does come out, they just engage on a Peter. As that front line is being torn to shreds by the Smolder, though. It's 2 kills to the Ambessa, and Zeus, look at Viper as well, moving forward. As now the shredding going the way of Humble Life Esports. Viper flashes away and gets to safety and snipes him down alongside of Zeus.
It's a triple!
Triple! Looking for more. Will it be another Quadra? No, that's taken by Viper.
Viper!
As he denies it, he will not get a Penta this time around. At least it wasn't Peanut, as he is dead. Flash over the wall. Duck Dom is basically just Ambessa food as Zeus picks up 4 kills. And you were just talking about the top lane, Chronicler.
Viper, you scumbag! Actually, don't care that much. I know that's a big meme.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. They're trying to kill Zeus here, and they might just be able to. The fear comes in. Zeus is just hitting the wave. He's like, well,
I'm dead.
I'm up here. I don't have flash. Like, I'm just dead. Meanwhile, Humble Life Esports trying to take down the mid-tier 1. They will not be able to. So, it's a bit of damage being done. KT are striking back and are keeping this one close.
Wait. Hold up.
Yeah, I don't know. It's all a bait.
Okay, well,
question mark?
Cuz is dead.
Yeah.
So I guess it is.
It was all a bait. Good job by Zeka.
What is happening?
I suppose. Take a look at the mid lane, though, as that one is going down to Duck Dom and Peter. They're just kind of getting free farm, so is BDD.
Not bad for KT. Obviously not what you want to have happen, but the Small Bear and Rise comp does, as it turns out, need time to get to the point where they are big threats as top lane.
Yeah. I believe. I think he's got some really good skills.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it lasts this long.
No, it doesn't.
He's like, no, I gotta get the farm.
That's a true top laner right there, by the way.
I can't miss the farm.
You'll get the charge anyway. It's fine.
Yeah.
You will.
No.
No.
It's taking too long for KT to do anything, and now they're scrambling, trying to get some vision in here. But it gets denied immediately. They saw it was at 8K, now it's at 3K, cuz he's gotta just try to send it. In he goes, he's not going to get it. And the hook here in onto TF doesn't do much of anything. Zeka doesn't have that RFC just yet, but I mean, they got the Otacon. They're totally fine with this. As now the re-engage comes in, that's on to Cassante. As, yeah, there it is, comes in. He pressed the buttons, he actually did it. Peter is just dead, as Delight will be as well. But still, look at the health bar. Zeka gets into the back line. They take out the Smolder. They deny the Realm Orb, which is gigantic, as Viper is just rolling over the entire team and takes them down. It's a full ace for Humble Life Esports. And BDD is not even level 14. The Rise is taking forever to get online as Peter looks to just be dead. No hope for him. Just trying to get some vision, I guess, right before this Hextech Soul goes over to HLE.
Because this is your moment. You have triple Scryer. Come on, buddy.
He's
we're not doing
even going to try.
We're not doing the thing.
Famous
look
Easter Money
at the setup here. It's hard to approach, but they have to try and fight.
Well, they're going to see Zeus at least.
Will it matter?
They're going to spot him as the turn. Yeah, Peter just flashing on in. They're going to engage onto pretty much anyone as the Paranoia does come out. And now they're just going to turn on a Zeka who did Destiny into the team by himself. And he's just going to flash away.
Uh-oh.
And now they're just getting corralled. They're all running away. He's got a gold card out again as the slow is coming in from the Hextech Dragon Soul. And in they go. They find Duck Dom and in goes Delight. He dies immediately. It doesn't matter. He already did his job. Perfect. Doesn't have the damage. HLE, they will be going to the grand finals at Inspire Arena with this one team fight. They crush the hopes of all of KT.
And Humble Life for the entirety of the second half of the split, round 3 to 5, they were not in the same league as T1 and Gen G. And now they are undefeated in playoffs. KT, They'll be waiting in the lower bracket finals.
All right, there
They
it
go.
is. Gonna find Duckdom actually with the ult and absolutely shred them down. As Viper taking the turret doesn't seem to care. He's got the GA. So he got another triple kill coming out here. He's just gonna realm warp out of this one. And as we knew, HLE gonna take down the series 3-0, undefeated so far in the playoffs. As Viper not able to get the kill. HLE will be going to our grand finals of the LCK.
Able to have an impact. As Humble Life gets a chance, a guaranteed chance to defend their LCK title. And you know who I voted for. We gotta
Like Viper? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about that. As Peanut holds up the jersey, it will.
And even last year, even last year, I think that did end up losing to BLG, but that series was absolutely ludicrously close.
Yeah.
And a complete giga banger. So maybe we get a rematch of that. Would be cool. But Humble Life, at lowest, going to be our number 2 seed. And with this performance, like, come on now, let's be real.
Let us be real.
Come on.
And give Delight his
Come
POM.
on.
There it is! He picks it up!
Thank you very much, guys. This is Dear for the full team interview for the 2025 LCK Playoffs Round 3 upper bracket, where Hana Life Esports just took a 3-0 victory. Please welcome Zeus, Peanut, Zeka, Viper, Delight, and head coach Dandy. Zeus, you took a 3-0 last match and another 3-0 victory today. Not a single game dropped to advance directly to the finals. How do you feel? Now, our team, compared to the regular season, I feel like everyone's been playing a lot better in the playoffs. And I feel like we're on better terms in terms of the synergy and cohesion. So I feel like the practice process has really paid off. And we actually got your top rec side today. And even in solo queue, you were seen practicing her very diligently. So what got you to pick her today? She's actually really good with the laning phase, and she never really falls off throughout the game. And honestly, I wasn't thinking about picking her at the first game, but somehow she looked really good, so I ended up picking her in game 1. So in level 1, we had really just been practicing the level 1 swap. But I feel like I just feel a little bit of regret because I didn't really do as well during the laning phase. And as we mentioned, you didn't drop a single game this series. And you mentioned that you guys are doing better and have a better performance. So what was the biggest aspect that kept you to stay ahead? I can't say that we didn't make any mistakes. We actually did make several mistakes, so I hope that we can actually brush up for the finals. And what is your resolution for the finals? I've been winning Worlds, but it's been a while since I got a regional title, so I really want it. We are cheering for you to achieve that goal. And Peanut, what a meaningful day for you. A 3-0 to close it off. How do you feel? Today is such an important, meaningful day. And I came here with a mindset, I really have to win. I really want to win no matter what. And getting a 3-0 makes me really happy. And honestly, there's a lot of thoughts crossing my mind. Did you expect the 3-0 today? No, not a 3-0, but I knew that it was very evenable for us today. And even before the match today, many mentioned that the jungle pathing will be the key. So what was your jungle preparation like? Our previous match, when Kaz was against Genji, he actually showed up with a bunch of different pathing. And today, we actually talked about how, it's probably going to be around the same, or maybe he'll just take his usual jungle pathing. That's just something that we discussed in the green room. And Peanut, to celebrate your last match at Low Park, you handed out some rice cakes to everyone, and thank you for the delicious treat. You know, what was Low Park to you?
선수 생활하면서
As a player, I feel like this is the place that I have been playing at the most. Even when Low Park just first opened and when I was performing, I actually had underperformed back then. And I feel like I've been all over the place in terms of my performance, and I feel like I've grown a lot as a player, and it just, looking back, it feels great. And just being able to finish strong on my last match to head to the finals is just such an amazing thing. Perhaps we'll see you back here in the future. Yeah, I guess you never know what's going to happen. And what is your mindset for the finals? Now that we made it to the finals, I want to make sure that I get to commemorate it with myself winning the championship. So the title, the LCK, and I hope that our fans will continue supporting us, and please keep your faith in us. And let's talk to Zeka. This marks your second LCK finals appearance. How do you feel? Today was a 3-0 and a direct ticket to the finals. Makes me very happy. And there were some shortcomings in the regular season, but you've been very solid in the playoffs. So what feedback did you get, and what did you do to fix your performance? And I feel like there are a lot of big mistakes and a lot of shortcomings, you're right, during the regular season. And I just felt really confident that I can make it far as long as I'm able to improve my own performance. And your mid lane opponent wasn't an easy opponent. It was the KT's ace, BDD. So how did you break him down to counter him? Watching KT Roasters matches, it looked like they were all moving around their jungler. So I knew that as long as I'm able to play well from the laning phase and hold the fort down in the mid lane, that it would go well for us. And this will be your second finals in a row, so how confident are you for the title? We made it to the finals, but I am quite confident when it comes to finals. Well, we look forward to your performance at the finals. Next, Viper. You made it to the finals once again. How do you feel? I get to get on the high grounds, the big stage. It feels amazing. You had been showing up with some flawless performance in the playoffs. So what comms were there within the team during the games? During the regular season, we had a lot of our problems to fix. I can't pinpoint what type of problems there are in detail. But I feel like right now the bot lane is crucial, so we actually just always talk about what to play and how to play out the bot lane. And KT, just like how Hana Life Esports did before, utilized the level 1 AD carry and top swap. So was this expected? What was your game plan? I thought that maybe they could actually pull that off, and the enemy was with the Kaisa with Ghost, so it was actually very, very predictable. So I think even in the future, we'll have to constantly think about what sort of curveballs the enemy can throw at us. And now that you will head over to the Inspire Arena. Oh, it looks like your mother is on site with your uniform. She looks so happy. Anything you would like to say about your mindset for the finals and your mother? I want to close it out with a victory and make sure that I can win the title. And thank you so much always for your support and delight. After last summer, you are back to the finals and you were the POM today. How do you feel? We had struggled during the regular season, and as we stepped into the playoffs, I feel like we definitely leveled up, which feels amazing. And your opponent, KT, actually was quite destructive, even against Gen G, and they took them down for an upset. So what was the preparation like for you guys? You know, I always thought that as long as I play well, that the games will go well. I mean, it always ends up going the way that we actually end up winning when I do well. So yeah, you did say that in the previous interview. So are you pretty satisfied with your performance now? Honestly, I think, you know, we have the finals remaining. I feel like I can do even better, and I think I'm capable of performing even better. And you pulled out Camille's support, so walk us through that pick. You know, there are a lot of choices that we had been practicing for the support. And out of all the options, yeah, Camille was one of the picks that we had practiced and we had kept it in mind. Yeah, and then Camille is actually something that I've been playing in solo queue too. And it's actually Viper's first choice. So how was your Camille support, Viper? It was very good. And you said you will play even better on the finals. So are you confident for the title? You know, as far as I know, I have 100% title win rate at the finals. So I will keep my record going. And lastly, we have our head coach Baekhyun. So what do you think contributed to today's 3-0 victory? You know, there are various reasons, but in the coaching staff, our draft was very good, and our players who actually were able to pull off those picks probably all contributed to today's victory. And what would you like to commend your players for? You know, all 5 of our players are amazing. And what's most important was that we won all the skirmishes and team fights. So I think that's just something that we have seen the most improvement on as compared to before. And for Peanut, who had his last match at Lowell Park, would you like to say anything to him? Just one moment, please. Well, Peanut, you have gone through so much and you worked so amazingly hard. And I feel like it's so amazing that you're able to show off and show up today on your last match. And what about you? What would you like to say? You know, it wasn't an easy season, but I'm really grateful for all the trust that you had me, and I appreciate your support and just believing in me. It looks like you guys are not even looking at each other while saying this. Well, at the finals, you will meet either KT, Genji, and T1. So who do you think you'll meet? Yeah, they're all quite competitive, and it's really hard to predict who's going to make it. But despite who we are against, I believe that as long as we keep up our form, we'll be able to defeat our opponent, no matter who they are. And what is your mindset for the finals? Now that we worked so hard and made it to the finals, I want to make sure that we finish off strong by winning. And that's the end of the full team interview with Hana Life Esports. And back to the space. Thank you.